لأرض كربلاء ثم السلام عليكم يا أهل الأضاء الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله تعالى في القرآن الحكيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إلا المودة في القربى. فقال الصادق صلوات الله عليه إن فوق كل عبادة عبادة وحب أهل البيت أفضل العبادة. Mu'mineen, we have reached the 8th night of Ashra Muharram. How quickly these days of bounty go so quickly from us. And we do not realize the true status of these days and this first Sha'ban. Inshallah, today I will continue along with this topic of the love of Ahlul Bayt and now start building up on how to connect with the fard of Ahlul Bayt, the shining star, that light of Ahlul Bayt that is alive today. We will build up on that as well. There is also the Fadail, so we may not get very far with that, but the Fadail of Abul Fadl cannot be forgotten today as well. It is so important to understand that, as I was telling you that in Karbala when I was there for a few Muharrams ago, on this night, every street, every road is filled with people, Zawar. I told you how people crawl to the Haram of Hussein and Abbas. They say, oh, Mawla Abbas, we know you are Babul Hawaij, we have come to you today. And there, everybody has got only one voice. And one voice, either they're saying, oh Hussein, Labbaik ya Hussein, or they're saying, Ya Abul Fazil Abbas, Ya Abul Fazil Abbas. Let us join our voice today from here in Marsta, so that our voices reaches Abul Fazil Abbas and Imam Hussein by saying 3 times Labbaik ya Hussein and 3 times Ya Abul Fazil Abbas. Labbaik ya Hussein, Labbaik ya Hussein, Labbaik ya Hussein, Ya Abul Fazl Abbas, Ya Abul Fazl Abbas, Ya Abul Fazl Abbas. Salawat. When I think of the situation in Karbala during these days, it is really moving how these Azadars are crying and in front of Abul Fazl Abbas. On the 8th night, while I was there with Ahlul Bayt television and we had programs late in the evening, when we came back from the balcony up there where the program was being relayed, and we came down and we said we now must go, it's 11:12, we must pass the Haram of Abul Fazl Abbas and go and say our salutations. We did that. But something that happened to me, to us, all of us, was so moving. As we left the Haram and we came out, as we came near the Haram, there were people seated down on the floor, wearing best of clothes. These were the people I had seen in a very posh hotel where there were doctors and professors. They were from Iran, but they were seated in front of the Haram of Abul Fazl Abbas, outside. And they said, Agha Jan, please, be bakshid. He said, come here for a moment. And I said, what was he trying to tell us? As we left came to the Haram, he says, please, can you sit here? And we all sat. And you know what they did? They took off clothes to clean the shoes of the Zawar of Abul Fazl Abbas. They started cleaning the shoes. They're saying, you are Zawar of Abul Fazl Abbas. They said, what we are. We want to do khidmah in the name of Abul Fazl Abbas. understand the status of Abul Fazl Abbas. That these people who lived in the most posh hotel, because we had to go there to take somebody who was ill and we saw them there. But there they are seated in front of the floor of Abul Fazl Abbas, serving the Zawar of Abul Fazl Abbas on this night. This concept of serving the Mawla has to come in everybody of us. Everybody should ask, what am I doing for the Imam Bargah, for the cause of Hussein? What am I doing for the purpose of spreading the message of Hussein? It's very important. And today's majlis, as usual, will be in English, and then we'll turn to Urdu, and the Masaib will also be there in Urdu, and inshallah a little bit Masaib for the boys in English as well. The Azma, just now a brother who has not come here before, but he was telling me it's important for us to remember the importance of this gathering here, why we are here. And inshallah we'll develop this. But the status of all of you who are assembled here is very high. If only we understood, you would be here before the time, 1 hour before the time, and sit here, because you would know how great the status is. Our fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir, salawatullahi alayhi. He says, and this is the hadith, and I give you always the reference of hadith. It's in Al-Ghadir, volume number 2, page 202. This hadith, the Imam says, he says, he who remembers us. Now remember who is saying this. An Imam who is masoom. He doesn't say things for himself. He says what Allah tells him. He says, he who remembers us, or in his presence we are remembered, and tears flow from his eyes, even though they may be as little as the wing of a mosquito. As little. And what does he say? He says, Allah shall construct for him a house in Jannah, in paradise. And this tear will become the wall against the fire of hell. We talk about internet and the firewalls. Imam is talking about a wall that will be constructed for you, which will be saving you for the hell. And our soul needs this. Each and every young one's soul that is here connects with people like Abul Fazl Abbas. Connect with people like Ono Muhammad and Qasim. Connect with Ali Akbar. This place is the place, a hospital of our souls. Our souls, when it goes through this world, goes through difficulties. It picks up things that are not right. And when we come here and listen to the zikr of Ahlul Bayt, our soul is purified. And when we see how Hur and Habib showed us how souls can be purified. It is important that we understand the Azma. And tonight is the night of Abul Fazl Abbas. He is Babul Hawaij. And look how what the Shair says beautifully. Some ashars before I start my lecture. We have to remember the status of Ali Abul Fazl Abbas. He says, Tum Fatima ka chand ho, tum Mustafa ka chand. Tum Fatima ka chand ho, tum Mustafa ka chand. Hum to tumhe kahenge, riza-e khuda ka chand. And then he says, Ye asma ka chand to phir daagdar hai. Ye asma ka chand to phir daagdar hai. बेदाग है हुसैन तुम्हारी वफा का चांद खैबर शिकन के ख्वाब की ताबीर देखना फर्जंद फातिमा बना तकदीर देखना. This is Abul Fazl Abbas. And then Mu'mineen, one salawat, and please come forward. There are many Mu'mineen joining us from the back. A little bit forward, please. I have an instruction from the Mukhisa, please. But Muhammadin wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Look at this beautiful poetry that the Shair is saying to us. You are that moon that has got no spot. It's pure moon. Kamar Bani Hashim. And then he says, इस तरह से जीने का हुनर देते हैं अब्बास. इस तरह से जीने का हुनर देते हैं अब्बास. रग रग में वफादारी भर देते हैं अब्बास. रग रग में वफादारियां भर देते हैं अब्बास. ये ऐसे सखी इब्ने सखी है, कुछ मांगे बिना जोलियां भर देते हैं अब्बास.
नारे हैदरी.
रोजे की जियारत से ये एहसास हुआ है. रोजे की जियारत से मैं अल्लाह की बस और हम सबको अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला अबुल फजल की जरी पे पहुंचाए. रोजे की जियारत से ये एहसास हुआ है, बीनाई तवानाई से बदलते थे अब्बास. And then this beautiful thing that we must remember, सदके में सकीना के कभी मांग के देख. सदके में सकीना के कभी मांग के देख, कूजा ही नहीं जोली भी भर देते हैं अब्बास. Abbas is that Babul Hawaij. This is the moment as we realize his status in our hearts. Ya Allah, this mu'mineen and Azadar and Abbas are here. Fulfill their wishes and remove all their difficulties. Ilahi Ameen. All those who have asked me for dua, Ya Allah, and those who have asked you for dua, may Allah fulfill your dua. Salawat. We offer condolences to whom? To Janabe Fatimatul Zahra. Janabe Fatimatul Zahra called Abbas her own son. There was an alim who went to Ziyara in Karbala, and a great alim. He dreams that Bibi Fatima comes to him and says, "O alim, O Zakir, you go to Ziyara, you don't go to Ziyara of my son." He says, "Ya Bibi, every day I go so many times to Hussein's Ziyara." He says, "Yes, you go to the Ziyara of Hussein, but you do not go to Ziyara of my son, Abul Fazl Abbas." Bibi Fatima says, "He is my son." The status that he has got. And how our living Imam. Today when we look at this, Bibi Fatima is present here with the rumal, her handkerchief, to collect our tears. And Bibi Sakina is here. She's crying, saying, "These are the Azadars who have come to remember my uncle Abbas." And how our living Imam, Waliul Asr, remembers him in Ziyar the Nahiya. He says, "Assalamu alal a'zai muqattiyat." He says, "Oh, one whose limbs were cut up. I remember you, Imam." Imam is crying and saying, "Oh, one whose limbs were cut up." We pray in the name of Babul Hawaij that our wishes are granted today. Number of Babul Hawaij has great status, and I got so much to say today. Inshallah, I'll try and do it within my time. But tomorrow is Sunday, and inshallah, a few minutes more will not matter. But there was one Zakir, in the recent time. You know, when you go to Karbala, there is Bain al-Haramain, between the two haram. There is a big place where people gather and they do Azadari Hussein. So the Zakirs are allotted time to go there and recite. And there was this Irani Zakir who went there. And this is a recent time narrated to us. I haven't met that Zakir, but I've been narrated that he had a slot. They had a slot. So he had his slot for 1 hour in that spot where he had to recite zikr of Abul Fazl Abbas and Imam Hussein. So he was reciting. And as he was reciting, suddenly somebody came and whispered something to him in his ears. And as he whispered, he listened and he continued. And then again, after few minutes, another person came and whispered. The same person came and whispered. Ah, but he continued. He whispered, he listened, and he continued. And finally, he again came and whispered, and again he continued. When his time was finished, this man, the reciter, was crying so loudly. And he says, "Oh, Zakir, why are you crying so loudly? What has happened? What was this whispering about?" He said that the first time the person came, he said, "Your son is so ill on the bed that we don't know whether he will live." But I said, "No, my duty is on Abul Fazl Abbas and Hussein. I will stay here." And then another time, 11-year-old son this man had. He writes himself. He says, again, this man came and said, "Your son has passed away." And they are giving ghusl and kafan to him. He didn't stop. He continued, "Ya Abbas, Ya Abbas." And then he says, again, they came and told me, your wife says, "I will not bury this son of yours, 11, till he comes back here. I want him to see." At that stage, he turns towards Babul Hawaij. He turns towards the Zari of Abul Fazl Abbas. And he says, "Ya Abbas, I did not interrupt your zikr, even though my son was passing away. Ya Abul Fazl Abbas, you can give me my son back." And he goes home. And what does he find? That the son is sitting on the bed. Everybody's crying around. And he asks the son, "What happened?" And the son says, "I was dead, but somebody came and said, I will not interrupt your life, like your father did not interrupt the zikr of Abbas." He was given the life back. This is Abul Fazl Abbas. Believe you me, ask anything you need in the name of Abul Fazl Abbas today. Your wishes will be granted. This is the key concept. We have been going through the ayah, "Kulla asalukum alayhi ajran illa al-muwaddata fil qurba." We have been expanding. We have been looking through Nahjul Balagha. We have been saying why the love of Ahlul Bayt is so important. How it is fundamental for our survival, for our soul, for this world and the hereafter. We have been looking through ahadith. We have been looking at various aspects of love. What is this muwadda? What does it mean? And we have been going through this. We have looked at Quran and Ahlul Bayt. These are our role models. The role models, Ahlul Bayt. People like Abul Fazl Abbas and Qasim are our role model. I was giving example to the youngsters here that we may have role models in this world. We should choose good role models, but Ahlul Bayt are the best role models. We have to look at those role models and see how that love takes us towards the thing. And the beautiful part, our Mawla says, we are the Siratul Mustaqim in Nahjul Balagha. And our duty is to board the Safinatul Najah, the boat of salvation, the ark of salvation of Ahlul Bayt. We have to understand that wherever that boat takes. Let me give you an example. There are a lot of lakes in Sweden here. I've seen. When my plane was coming down, you can see so many big, big lakes. And when you go on one side of the lake, there will be a jetty, a little place where you can board the boat or a ship. I just saw in Stockholm today, huge, big, big ships where you board them. And then as these ships go towards, say, they go towards Finland, once you're boarded, you are there on that ship. Then there is you, the sea, and the boat. Wherever that boat takes you, you go. We follow the captain of the boat, whatever it tells us. Wherever it stops you, you have to stop with them. Ahlul Bayt are Safinatul Najah. Wherever they tell you to go, we go. Wherever they tell you to stop, we stop. We listen to their commands. They are the captains of our ship. They are the pilots of the ship. We have to follow whatever they say. We have to understand the azma of Ahlul Bayt. When we see that how beautifully مولاي متكيان أسد الله الغالب علي بن أبي طالب صلوات الله عليه gives message of humanity in Nahjul Balagha. You probably heard of a man called Kofi Annan. He was the United Nations Secretary General before. He read this message in Nahjul Balagha, and in the offices of United Nations he has put this. What message? The message that it says that we have to respect every fellow human being. They have rights and respect their rights. When we look at Mawla, he says either a person is a brother, a Muslim brother to you, he has great rights, or he is a brother in humanity. He is the one who is a fellow human being amongst you. You have to give him his rights. And when we look at this, Mawla is going on his way from Kufa. A Jew joins him. A Jewish man joins him. They go towards the journey of Kufa. They are going together. Look at how Mawla is showing about humanity. He goes on the roads, and Mawla is sharing his meal, talking to him, making it easy for both of the journey, making it easy for his journey. Every moment he's pleasant. He's looking after the fellow traveler. At that stage, when they come to a fork, where now Mawla is going to Kufa and this man is going further, Mawla doesn't go towards Kufa, he walks more steps. Few more yards, few more minutes. And this man says, aren't you going to Kufa? That is the road. He says, yes, I'm going to Kufa. But my Prophet, my Mawla has taught me that there are rights of fellow travelers. And amongst that right is we should see you to your destination for some distance. This man says, Ya Ali, bear witness, your Prophet is right. You are the wali. You have shown through your life, your way with me, that this is the true Islam. I'm saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, wa ashhadu anna Aliyan waliyullah. Salawat. I have to quickly move. There are many examples, but the message of our Mawla, we have to remind ourselves again and again. إنما خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جد رسول الله. Imam Hussein, leaving Medina, he says, I leave Medina for Islah, to reform my ummah. أريد أن أمر بالمعروف ونهي عن المنكر وأسير بسيرة جدي أبي علي بن أبي طالب. I live for Amra bil Maruf wa Nahi anil Munkar. Look at what Imam is saying. We should even just sometimes just keep quiet and listen for a few minutes. What is Imam saying? He's saying, I'm leaving for reform. How are you prepared? What have we done in these 12 days or 10 days or 8 days to change our life and reform? We have to ask that question. Are we doing Amra bil Ma'ruf? Are we telling somebody what good they should do and helping them? Are we doing Nahi anil Munkar? Are we following the Seerah, the footstep, the Siratul Mustaqim that Mawla himself says, Ana, we are Siratul Mustaqim. Are we following that Siratul Mustaqim? Are we following the Seerah of Ahlul Bayt? It is indeed very important to understand what state we are in. And this message of Mawla was not only for the Medina, it's even now relevant. How much is spoiled around us. When we look around the world, look at the world. This is the world we live in, where gender equality has gone to such a stage that they have gone towards the adab and the sins of actions that are despicable. We live in a society where there are no moral values. Isn't this the time, like the time of Yazid? Isn't this the time when we look around us that, like the Holy Prophet says, the good will not be considered good and the bad will be considered good. Prophet is crying, holding the gilaf of Kaaba. He says, "O Salman, time will come when good will not be considered good and bad will be considered good." We are in these times when simple values that we have, moral values, how we can live a decent human society, are corrupted. Are we there doing the reform? Are we preparing the ground? Just like Mawla left, our living Imam Waliul Asr, Hujjat ibn al-Hasan, salawatullahi alayhi, will be coming. And he's waiting for us to reform, to change ourselves and become those 72 or 313. Or every Shia, 313 will be commanders. Don't just think there are 313. All of us have to prepare. What are we doing to reform ourselves? What are we doing for the Ahlul Bayt of this time? What are we doing for the shining star, as we say in Dua Nutba? Anjum al-Zahira. What are we doing for it? What preparations have we done? Have we taken steps in our daily life? Small steps. We have to start with small steps. And we have to say, how much are we doing for the pleasure of our Imam? And how much are we doing for the pleasure of shaitan and pleasure of our desire? Every time a desire comes in front of us, are we there to say, we are the followers of the Imam? We practice what Imam told us. We are ready to reform, and we are ready to take the message of Hussein in Karbala. The message, إِنَّمَا خَرَجْتُ لِطَلَبِ الْإِصْلَاحِ أُمَّةِ جَدِّ. Reforming ourselves. But to reform, we have to connect. We have to connect with our living Imam. Our Imam is alive. Don't say, and I will give you evidence through Quran when people challenge, how can Imam be so long? Why is he in Gaza? We'll talk about that. I don't think we'll have so much time, but our Imam is alive. Our Imam is here. He's not somewhere else. Our Imam comes to the true mu'min who is there, and his funeral, at his time of death, Imam is there. He sees us. He sees every action of us. And if we did not understand who our living Imam is, you know what our status is? If we do not understand or have ma'rifah of our living Imam, Waliul Asr, Hujjat ibn al-Hasan, salawatullahi alayhi. The hadith of the Holy Prophet, he says, Man mata walam ya'rifu imam zamani mata mitat al-jahiliyyah. The one who does not know and doesn't have the ma'rifah of the living Imam, he's dying the death of Jahiliyyah. As if he's in kufr. Jahiliyyah, the time of those Meccans. Prophet is saying, we have to have this ma'rifah and the knowledge of the Imam of the time. We do not want ignorance. This is the hadith from Bihar Anwar. This world can never be devoid. This world was created for the personalities. Allah Himself says, and we recite it in Hadith Qissa. I haven't got time, I'm going very fast. The clock is going so fast, and I have to be very conscious. That when we look Allah says, I've created this whole sama, this earth, this skies, this heavens, for the sake of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. We have to understand the status that our Imam has. We have to connect. Have we ever called out to our Imam? Have you ever spoken if you are in difficulty? One of the best du'as is to call upon your living Imam. He's there, he's listening. Have you ever called? Are we connecting with him? Imagine if we were in Karbala, we'd say, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. Our Karbala, our Imam is alive here. How do we connect with him? What do we do to connect with him? I haven't been able to do what I want to do today. I wanted to build up on the evidence that Imam is in ghaibah. How does he benefit us? I won't have time, inshallah. Tomorrow we'll continue along that. But I want to give you one particular very important event to understand the importance of the Imam. In Shifatakan Hazrat Mahdi, volume number 2. This is narrated. There was a person, you see how to connect with Imam. I wanted to give you an event, real event. There's a man called Sayyid Yunus from Azerbaijan. And he went to Mashhad for ziyarah. And you know, people used to go for a month. This is the last century. For a month, they used to take coins with them. They knew they need to live for the expenses while they were there. So the first thing he does, he was a lover of Ahlul Bayt. First thing he does, oh Mawla, I'm here now in Mashhad. I see your Zari. I'll find out my lodging afterwards. Let me come and give you my salams. And he goes and he cries and gives salam to Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, salawatullahi alayhi. Ya Ali. He goes salam. First thing he does is salam. And then what happens is it's a difficult event for him. Maybe his bag of money got lost. But he was in the big crowd. And he suddenly didn't have that bag of money with him. Now, he's here for a month. He's traveled by difficulty, long time. How is he going to exist? How is he going to eat? At that stage, he goes to sleep near the haram. And he dreams Imam. Our Imam says, you have come to see me. Don't worry about your difficulty. Tomorrow after Fajr, you go out on that section of the haram outside towards the hill and stand there after Fajr namaz. And whoever is the first person you see, ask him. Ask him that I have this difficulty. He goes and he's standing there, and then he sees a person whose name was Agha Taqi from his own town walking this way. This Agha Taqi, he had a title, Bi Namaz, as if he is not reciting namaz in his own city. So he sees him. He's a nice person, but not many people saw him in Salah of Namaz al-Jamaat. So he says, he's a nice person, he sees him. And when he sees him, he says, how can I ask him? He's from my town. He doesn't ask. Another day passes in hunger, he goes back to Haram. He sleeps there. And as he comes out at night again, he dreams. Imam says, you didn't ask? I asked you to ask the first person. When he goes there, he asks this time. And then he asks, this Agha Taqi takes a bag. Enough money for him for the whole month is given. And he says, this is from your Imam. Take this. Without asking. And then he says, when you are ready to go, come here again at the same spot, and I'll give you money for your journey back after a month. So he says, my money that he gave me was just right. Everything I needed, I was able to buy. I was able to sleep. I had a lodging. And when the time came for going, again he did ziyarah of Imam. He goes there and he sees Agha Taqi there, whom they called in his own town Binamazi. And he goes and sees him, and Agha Taqi gives him the right amount, the amount that he needs to get back home for his whole journey. Then he says, Agha Taqi, I won't let you go now. Imam has told you what to give me. Tell me your status. How did you get the status? He says, you don't even come and recite namaz-e-jamaat in the mosque. Namaz-e-jamaat is very important. Remember this, brothers. Don't take a different meaning. And he says, we don't see you in namaz-e-jamaat. He says, you don't recite now. We don't see you. And Agha Taqi says, you know, now that you ask me, I wouldn't have told you. But I recite every namaz of Jamaat with my Mawla Waliul As Hujjatullah Hasan. Wherever he is, I go there. Wherever he is, I can get there and I can recite namaz. Because my love that I have developed for my living Imam calls me for namaz-e-jamaat. Have we got that sort of love? Do we understand? The biggest question that we have is to understand the azma, the importance of Imam-e-Zamana. मोमिनीन, 8वीं रात आ गई. हम अहले बैत की मोहब्बत पे इतनी 8 रातें की, लेकिन कहाँ भी नहीं पहुंचे. ये तो ऐसा समंदर है कि एक कतरा भी हमने नहीं लिया अभी तक. अहले बैत की मोहब्बत को समझना बहुत मुश्किल है. हर तरफ से हमने अहादीस लाए, लेकिन एक मुश्किल काम है अहले बैत की मोहब्बत को सही समझना. हमको सवाल करना चाहिए कि क्या हम हमारे अहले बैत के साथ मुतमस्सिक है? क्या हम हमारे इमाम के साथ हम मुतमस्सिक है? क्या हम इमाम को पुकारते हैं? क्या हम इमाम को समझते हैं? क्या हम हमारे इमाम की सही मारिफत रखते हैं? अभी ये अहम वाक़या है जो मैं आपसे पेश करना चाहता हूँ. हमारे 8वें इमाम अली रिज़ा सलवातुल्लाहि अलैहि, ये जो सूरा इन्ना अंज़लना हम पढ़ते हैं, इसकी कैसी तशरीह की ये किससे? इन्ना अंज़लना में आखिर हम पढ़ते हैं तनज़्ज़लुल मलाइकतु वर्रूहु फीहा बिइज़्नि रब्बिहिम मिन कुल्लि अम्र सलामुन हिया हत्ता मतलई फज्र. मलाइका का नुज़ूल होता है किस पर? कौन है वो शख्सियत जिसके पास मलाइका जाते हैं और अम्र लेके जाते हैं, हमारे आमाल लेके जाते हैं? कौन है वो है हमारे वलीउल असर, जिसके लिए इमाम हमको मारिफत देना चाहते हैं. एक दिन हमारे इमाम एक असहाब के साथ, आपको पता है कि हमारे इमाम को मामून ने बुलाया था इसलिए पॉलिटिकल रीजन के लिए कि वो उसका फ़ायदा ले और बनु अब्बासी पे हुकूमत और अहले तशय्युअ पे भी हुकूमत जमाए. तो इमाम को उसने बुलाया था और वली अहद दी. अभी जब इमाम वो एक असहाब जो बहुत मुखलिस असहाब था उसके साथ जा रहे थे. कहाँ जा रहे थे? निशापुर की तरफ. इंशाअल्लाह अल्लाह हम सबको ज़ियारत इमाम रज़ा और निशापुर नसीब फरमाए. तो वो जा रहे थे. तो रास्ते में जब वो गए, पहाड़ी इलाका था, पहाड़ी इलाका. तो वो पहाड़ी इलाका को देखा तो उधर क्या हुआ कि चलते चलते आवाज़ आई, रोने की आवाज़ आई, बहुत शदीद रोने की आवाज़. इमाम ने कहा उस तरफ चलते हैं. उधर चले तो क्या देखा? मैं जल्दी वाक़या, क्योंकि मसाइब और अबुल फजल अब्बास के फज़ाइल भी थोड़े पेश करने. क्या देखा? एक मैयत पड़ी है, उसके रिश्तेदार अतराफ रो रहे हैं, खूब रो रहे हैं कि हमारा بابا یا ہمارا بھائی چلا گیا. جب وہ روتے تھے تو امام فوری ادھر گئے. میت بالکل کفن وغیرہ سب کچھ تیار تھا. امام نے کہا بلا ذرا بھی اس نے کچھ انٹروڈکشن نہیں کی کہ کون ہے امام. وہ چلے گئے وہ بندوں کے پاس اور کہا چلو یہ میت کو ہم لے جاتے وہ قبر کی طرف. امام نے وہ میت کو اٹھایا. ہر جگہ چاروں جگہ اس نے اس کو تشیع جنازہ دیا امام. اور وہ کیا امام نے ایسے وہ میت کے ساتھ رہے جیسے ماں اپنے بیٹے کے ساتھ رہتا ہے. پھر امام نے کہا یہ میت کو ابھی قبر میں ڈالو. جب قبر میں گئے تو وہ سنتے رہے امام کو. وہ ایسے رشتہ دار تھے پتہ نہیں امام کے الفاظ میں کیا اثر تھا. اس نے کہا ابھی آپ ہٹو مجھے قبر میں جانے دیجیے. امام نے وہ میت کے سینے پہ ہاتھ رکھا اور ہاتھ رکھ کے کیا کہا یا یہ کہا اے فلاں ابن فلاں, اے بندہ, اے شیعیان علی, ہمارے شیعہ, تیرے سارے اعمال قبول ہو گئے اور میں تجھے گواہی دیتا ہوں, تجھے بخشش ہے, یہ تجھے گواہی دیتا ہوں کہ آج جنت بھی نصیب ہو گئے. مولا نے پھر کہا ابھی آپ قبر کو بند کر دو. مولا چلے. یہ بندہ مولا سے پکڑ کے کہا مولا آپ یہ بندے کو جانتے تھے, یہ کون ہے جس کی فوت کی ہوئی تھی؟ تو مولا نے کہا نہیں میں نے کبھی نہیں دیکھا, وہ کبھی میرے پاس آیا نہیں, دیکھا نہیں, ہم کبھی ہماری زیارت میں نہیں آیا. کیا اس نے کچھ لکھا تھا آپ کو, خطوط تھے کہ نہیں؟ تو مولا نے کہا, تو اس نے پوچھا یہ کیسے آپ جانے اور یہ لوگ کیسے آپ کی باتیں تھے؟ تو مولا نے کہا جان لو جو بھی ہمارا شیعہ ہوتا ہے, جو بھی ہمارا شیعہ ہوتا ہے اور صحیح محب ہوتا ہے تو جو امام زمانہ ہوتا ہے اس زمانے کا امام, وہ اس کے ایک ایک عمل پہ نظر رکھتا ہے اور ایک ایک چیز پہ اس کو پتا ہوتا ہے کہ یہ بندے نے کیا کیا ہے. ہمارے امام کو پتا ہے کیا ہوتا ہے. سمجھے, ہم معرفت رکھیں اور ہم ان کی مشکلات کے وقت پہ آتے. قبر مشکلات کا وقت ہے لیکن امام پہنچ جاتے ہیں. یہ ہمارے امام ہم نے کیسے ایک سبق دکھایا, کیا بتایا ہم کو. ہم بس یہی دعا کرتے ہیں کہ ہم بھی وہ شیعوں یا محبان اہل بیت میں شمار ہو جائے. Brothers, Abul Fazl Abbas, just a few minutes in English and I'm going to Urdu now. Abul Fazl Abbas, the personality of the greatest lover of Imam Hussain, how he ran and walked at the footstep of Hussain. Abul Fazl Abbas was that sincere follower. He was such a brave soldier that when he went to Siffin, he was only 13 years of age. And Imam Ali covered his face and said, go in the battle against Muawiyah. Abul Fazl Abbas fights and the whole army of Muawiyah says, Al-Aman, Al-Aman, Ali is now amongst us. Look how he's killing all the soldiers of our side. Ali from behind the tent says, oh, people of Muawiyah, this is not Ali. Hada Qamar Bani Hashim. He lifts his veil and says, look, this is our 13-year-old Abul Fazl Abbas. The personality of Abbas. He was a valiant and brave soldier. He was the commander of Hussein. And he was the obedient person of Hussein. How he obeyed Hussein in every stage. When the tents were put in Karbala, how Abbas was told, these people are telling us to remove Yazid's forces. Abbas says, we can fight them now. Ya Imam. But Abbas doesn't do that. Though he could fight, he removes the tents. Abul Fazl Abbas, we find him on the night of Ashura, how he seeks that grace, because Imam tells him. Abul Fazl Abbas, who was one of the greatest swordsmen. It is said in Karbala, if Abbas was there and if Muslim was there, and if we look at Ali Akbar and Zainul Abidin and all these brave Bani Hashims, nobody could have stopped them in the battles. But Abu Fazl Abbas is told, don't take your sword, Abbas. Don't go and fight. Imam's words are accepted by Abbas. He doesn't do this. And this champion of Hussein, this brave person of Hussein, he goes in the battle, and there's a guy called Murid, the enemy guy. May Allah give him lana. This Murid stands and says, you are moving away while Abbas is going towards this river water, towards Furat. If you take just dust and throw it at him, all of you, he will be buried. We are so many, thousands. But all of you are walking away from Abbas. Yet, when he comes in front of him, he tries to frighten, use his, oh, I'm so strong. Murid says, how beautifully Abbas says, do not frighten me with your rajs. My connection with the Prophet, and I am the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib. We never tremble at the enemy. We submit to the will of Allah. If the death comes to us or we go to death, it doesn't worry us. This is Abul Fazl Abbas. Tonight is the 8th of Muharram. My younger brothers, how Abul Fazl Abbas went to get water for Sakina. How he went to get water for Sakina. Oh my uncle, we are thirsty. Alatash, Alatash. Abbas goes to get water. Abbas, the brave soldier of Hussein, he doesn't have a sword. He has got the spear and he's got the marsh, the water. Abbas goes amongst the enemy. He moves the enemy away, reaches Furat. Oh my Azadar, my young Azadar. Look at the bravery of Abbas. He reaches water, he sees the water of Furat. Oh Furat, you are flowing here, and Hussein's children are thirsty, crying, Alatash, Alatash. Abbas does not drink water, he just takes the water in the water bottle, the marsh, goes towards the tent. Oh, Mu'mineen, Abbas is surrounded. Peace and his heart say, don't let the water get to the tent of Hussein. He's surrounded from all sides. Azadar Hussein. Somebody comes from behind a tree and cuts off his right hand. Abbas holds the mashk and his alam. He goes forward. His left hand is severed from the other side. Oh, Azadar and Hussein, Abbas has got the water bottle in his teeth. Oh Allah, let me make this water reach Sakina. Ali Asghar is crying on the cradle. Abbas goes forward, but a tree, an arrow comes from Hurmala. It pierces the mashk of Abbas. The water falls down. Azadar, Abbas lost all his strength. Azadar Hussein, Ajrakumullah. जनाब फातिमा-तुज़-ज़हरा हमारे आज़ा खाने में हाजिर है। पुरसा देना है अब्बास का। आज़ादारों, उम्मुल बनीन को पुरसा देना। आज़ादारों, आज मुहर्रम की 8वीं रात आ गई। आशूर के दिन नमाज के बाद एक एक अंसार मौला पर कुर्बान होने लगा। अब्बास ने जब भी देखा मौला के कदमों पे गिर के कहा, मौला अब्बास को इजाजत दीजिए। मौला ने कहा, अब्बास तुम हमारे अलमदार हो। अब्बास ने अपने भाइयों को कुर्बान किया। अब्बास अभी आए, अब सिर्फ मौला अली अकबर और अब्बास बाकी है। हमारे गरीब हुसैन कासिम चले गए और मोहम्मद न रहे। صرف عباس، علی اکبر اور حسین. عباس نے کہا مولا اجازت دیجئے. عباس سے رہا نہیں جاتا. مولا نے کہا تو ہمارے علمدار ہو. عباس فوج کا سپہ سالار ہو. عباس کی اجازت نہ ملی. عباس مایوس ہوئے. باہر سکینہ آئی. چچا عباس، چچا عباس، عباس میرا بھائی علی اصغر چونے میں تڑپ رہا ہے. چچا عباس الدش، سکینہ یہ بچے سب کے لیے پانی مانگنے آئی ہے. عباس کو بہانہ مل گیا. مشک لے کے مولا کے پاس ہے. مولا پانی لینے کے لیے اجازت دیجئے. مولا نے اجازت دی. مشک لے کے عباس آگے بڑھے. خیام کے پاس آئے اور سلام کیا. اے میری بہن، اے میری شہزادی زینب، اے میری شہزادی ام کلثوم، عباس میدان میں جا رہا ہے، خدا حافظ. زینب نے آواز دے کے کہا عباس جب بھی ہم سنتے تھے کہ میری چادر چھینی جائے گی. ہائے عباس، جب بھی میں نے یہ سنا تھا میں نے کہا میرا غازی علمدار بھائی عباس سے کیسے یہ ہو سکتا ہے. آج ابھی میرے کو یقین ہونے لگا ہے. ہائے عباس تم جا رہے ہو، زینب کی ردا کون سنبھالے گا؟ ہاتھوں میں علم لے کے اجرکم اللہ مشق لے کے عباس فوج پر ٹوٹ پڑے. نیزے سے ایسا حملہ کیا، ملائنوں کو فنار کیا. پانی کے پاس آئے، نہر فرات کے پاس آئے. عباس نے پانی کو دیکھا، سکینہ کی پیاس یاد آئی، علی اصغر کا وہ بلکنا یاد آیا. عباس نے کہا فرات یہ پانی عباس نہیں پیے گا. عباس نے پانی لے کے مشک میں بھرا اور خیام کی طرف جلدی جلدی چلنے لگے. عمر سعد کا حکم آیا، حسین کے خیام میں پانی نہ پہنچے. اشکیاں ٹوٹ پڑے، تیروں کا بوچھار ہوا، تلواروں کا بوچھار ہوا. جس کے پاس کچھ نہ تھا تو پتھروں مار رہے تھے عباس. ہائے عباس، ہے میرا ابوالفضل عباس. ایک درخت کے پیچھے سے ایک ملائن آیا، عباس کا دایاں ہاتھ قلم کر دیا. آگے بڑھے عباس مشق کو سنبھالے ہوئے، دوسرا ہاتھ بھی قلم ہوا. عباس کا ہاتھ قلم ہو گیا. ہائے عباس مشق کو سنبھالے ہوئے جا رہے تھے. گھوڑے سے کہا ہے اسپے با وفا مجھے جلدی خیمے میں پہنچا دے، یہ پانی پہنچ جائے. اتنے میں ایک تیر مشق کی طرف آیا، مشق کو چھدا، پانی بہہ گیا. پانی بہتے ہوئے عباس کا دل ٹوٹ گیا. عباس ابھی پانی سکینہ کے لیے کہا ہے. اتنے میں ایک ملعون نے ایک گرسا سر پہ مارا. عباس گھوڑے سے گرے. ہائے عباس گھوڑے سے گرے. اور عباس نے کیا کہا، زمین پر آئے. زمین پر جب پہنچے تو عباس نے ایک ندا دی، السلام علیکہ یا ابن رسول اللہ. عباس زمین پر آ گیا. مولا ہمارے کریم مولا نے اپنی کمر کو تھام لیا اور کہا الآن کسر السحری، اے میرے عباس تمہارے مرنے سے حسین کی کمر ٹوٹ گئی۔ عزادارو اجرکم اللہ، جو میں نکتہ ابھی پیش کرنے والا ہوں غور سے سنیے، گھر پہ جب بستر پہ ہوں گے تو انشاءاللہ عباس کے آنسو بہیں گے۔ اور جب بھی کوئی بندہ، کوئی انسان چلتے چلتے کوئی ٹھوکر لگتی ہے تو انسان جب گرتا ہے تو اپنے ہاتھوں سے خود کو سنبھال دے اور سر کو زمین پر نہیں ٹکراتا۔ جو بھی شہید کربلا میں گرا اس کے ہاتھ سے خود کو سنبھال لیا، گھوڑے سے گرا لیکن ہائے ابو الفضل عباس، ہائے عباس تمہارے ہاتھ نہ تھے، گھوڑے سے کیسے اترے؟ ام البنین یہی مصائب کہتے تھے۔ مولا کے لاش پہ، عباس کے لاش پہ مولا آئے، مولا نے عباس کو چھاتی سے لگایا، سینے سے لگایا، دیکھا بدن زخموں سے چور چور، تیر و آنکھ میں تیر، بدن پہ اتنے تیر۔ مولا نے کہا عباس عباس تم چلے جا رہے ہو۔ عباس نے کہا مولا آخری وصیت ہے میری، دو وصیتیں ہیں، ایک وصیت ہے میرے ایک آنکھ میں تیر لگا ہے، دوسرے آنکھ میں خون بھرا ہے، تو مولا میرے ایک آنکھ کو صاف کر دیجئے جس سے یہ غلام اپنے مولا کا آخری دیدار کر سکے۔ اور کہا مولا میں سکینہ سے شرمندہ ہوں، مولا میں سکینہ سے شرمندہ ہوں، میری لاش کو خیمے میں نہ لے جانا۔ مولا نے بھی کہا عباس یا عباس یا عباس، یہ میری بھی ایک تمنا ہے، ساری زندگی آپ نے مولا مولا کر کے پکارا، ایک بار عباس بھائی کہہ دو۔ عباس نے کہا بھائی اسے خیمے کی تلے سے سکینہ بچوں کے ساتھ انتظار کر رہی تھی، کہا بچوں فکر نہ کرو، میرا چچا عباس پانی لے کے آ رہا ہے۔ ہائے جب مولا کو خوب بڑا علم کے ساتھ دیکھا، سکینہ ایک دم رو کے پکاری بابا بابا ہمارے چچا کہاں گئے؟ مولا نے کہا سکینہ سکینہ تمہارے چچا ہم سے روٹھ گئے، سکینہ وہ فرات کے کنارے سو گئے۔ پتہ ہے وہ چھوٹی بچی نے کیا کیا؟ چھوٹی بچی میدان کی طرف دوڑی، اے چچا جا۔ حسین نے کہا سکینہ کہاں جا رہی ہو؟ میں چچا جان کو مناؤں گی۔ چچا جان سکینہ کو پانی نہیں چاہیے، چچا جان واپس میں خیمے میں آ جائیے۔ ہائے سکینہ، ہائے پیاس، عباس کا علم آ رہا ہے، خوب بڑا علم آ رہا ہے، یا عباس کہ سب مومنین اٹھے، یا حسین یا حسین۔